Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and this video here is going to be part number 6 of my complete Kenshi walkthrough. So in the last video, we completed 2 goals that will allow us to continue to mid-game, or rather, they're 2 goals that let us know we're ready for mid-game. The Dust King Tower and the Tower of Ninjas. We didn't have much of an issue completing either of these goals with my characters because of how high my stats are already. However, if you struggle with either of these goals, then you're probably not ready for progressing into the mid-game just yet. So what we're going to be doing during the duration of this video is we're going to be traveling north to Mongrel, and we're going to be getting Beep, one of the best companions in the entire game. And after we get Beep, we're going to get Crumble John, which is another unique companion, if he's there right now. And I'm also going to show you why Mongrel is my favorite town in the game, and I'm also going to show you probably where the location of the Armor King is, which is the best armor vendor in the entire game. We're going to attack these slave mongers because I don't like slave mongers. So the main thing that makes Mongrel such an amazing town is, hold on, I got to pick up Cat since he's injured. The thing that makes Mongrel such an amazing town is the fact that in Mongrel, you can buy some of the best gear in the game for relatively cheap. Well, not relatively cheap, but you can buy some of the best gear in the game there. They frequently sell masterwork armor. Of all slots, too, and of light, medium, and heavy. They also have a decent weapon vendor in the town that I think sells one Edge Type 1 weapon, which is actually pretty good. It's quite rare to find any edge-type weapons being for sale at a vendor. And aside from that, there is a skeletal limbs vendor inside Mongrel. And the skeleton limbs vendor will sell not only good skeletal limbs, but he'll sell them that are quality up to masterwork. I have not personally found, I mean, maybe the skeleton-only town in... What is the zone called again where that town is? I think it might be Gray Shelf right here. I think it might be in the middle of Gray Shelf, but I think I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, I think it's in the middle of Gray... Or no, right here, Deadlands. It's in the middle of Deadlands. There's a skeleton-only town in there. So that town might sell... I've actually not been there before. That might sell the best in slot skeletal limbs. However, I know for a fact Mongrel sells best in slot skeletal limbs, and it's actually very, very easy to get them there in Mongrel. Dust bandits again. We'll pack a little wandering goats. I wish I found more of these pack of wandering goats early in the game because they're really, really good to grind at the very start of the game. They're very, very weak, and they drop good meat and leather. Alright, so let's start heading towards Vane. We missed one goat, but that's okay. Or that's a dust bandit there. What is this? A patrol of nomads. I don't really like fighting the nomads. They don't have as much on like their pack mules that they bring with them, they sell. They don't really carry around extra supplies. Well, I guess these 2 pack beasts would have supplies. They do have bags on them, but I don't know if they have supplies. Anyway, those nomads, and also the Wandering Traders Guild, as well as the Wandering Hive Traders. You can actually ambush them and steal all of their loot. There's also a few towns, like if you hang out at Flats Lagoon, occasionally the Hivers will attack the guards at Flats Lagoon and end up in like a big conflict. And you can actually loot them when they die, and then just sell them to the vendors in Flats Lagoon. You can probably do that in more towns than just Flats Lagoon, but Flats Lagoon is the town I did it at in this current playthrough. So I'm going to move into this Hiver town because I want to show you one of the vendors here. Hiver towns, one of the good things that these places sell is they sell recipes to make shirts for Hivers. They also sell they sell a lot of general purpose stuff. So like this, there's quite a few general purpose things here. Like you can see, there's just tons of crap here, just random stuff that's being sold. So all of the Hiver shirts being sold at this vendor are not good. They're all shoddy grade, which I'm not buying. I'm not wasting money on a shoddy grade. I want at least a standard grade. Those iron plates are pretty cheap. That fabric is pretty cheap. I like both of those. The med kits. Do you have any basic med kits? No, you don't. What about your dried fish? No, that's a little too expensive. They have a very high value on authentic skeletal repair kits. This is actually the highest I've ever seen them sell for, so I'm actually going to offload a few here. All right, with that out of the way, let's go cut a little bit north towards this hive village up here in Dreg, at the start of Dreg. Because I do... Oh, there's some beak things. Ran right into them. So, right now, how I am fighting these beak things is very, very, very bad. Because I am letting all of my characters fight them at once, which is going to end up with a lot more characters getting wounded than would be normal. Like, look at those AoE attacks on those beak things. They're just hitting every single one of my characters when they swing. And the reason I am letting this happen is because I want to raise toughness. The more my characters get beat up, the more their toughness goes up, which is exactly what I want. And the reason I also looted these beak things so quickly is because I want them to stay down. Once you loot, when it comes to humanoid, or when it comes to monster enemies or robotic enemies in this game, if you loot what's on their body, it will immediately kill them. Because they can't survive. If you cut the meat out of their body, they're obviously dead. They can't survive that. And it's the same thing with robotic enemies. If you start pulling out, like, you know, parts on a computer, it's not going to be able to just turn back on when you willy-nilly pull out a bunch of parts. Which is kind of the same concept here. I'm just putting more healing kits on my characters, too. First aid kits, rather. Because I don't want them to run out. They're going to be getting into a lot of combat in the Fog Islands coming up, and also, apparently, here. My other video, I didn't run into this group of beak things. I took a slightly different approach. So this wild bull is actually critical. I'm going to attack it and kill it real fast, because I want its loot. Those other wild boars, I think, yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back, and they're going to fight me. Which is fine. Wild boars have halfway decent stats, I guess. Which means they will raise my toughness when I fight them. Cat is unconscious for 130 seconds, so Stubbs is in a recovery coma. He's definitely going to have to be carried. Oh, that gorilla is getting back up. So we're going to kill it again. And then we're going to loot it to make sure it doesn't stand back up again. So Arwick is down over there and Cat is down over there. They're both unconscious for quite a bit. Lit us. Kang, I don't really want to carry somebody on him because he is our tank. Holtberg, yeah. Holtberg will carry Arwick and Hamut will carry Cat. And there's a beak thing running right into us. He's badly injured, though. He's all bloody. So this beak thing is actually about to die, which we're going to send it to its grave if it stops running. Nope. He just took off into the distance. That's fine. Maui, you're injured. Oh, yeah, Maui, you're pretty messed up. Ruka, I'll pick up Maui using you. This is when you get characters injured like this. This is basically what you got to do. You got to pick and choose which ones you want to pick up, which ones you want to carry who, and then you need to carry them for a little bit. So I'm actually going to avoid Akron's Gulf. The main reason for that is I don't want to run into a Holy Nation patrol. I'd rather go through Dreg, because Dregs I'm only going to run into scrawny cannibals. And I think gorillas go through Dreg too. But just one gorilla per patrol. It's not that big of an issue. I want to check out this paw print though. I want to know if... Okay, it's a nest of beak things. So here's one beak thing wandering around. He just knocked out another one of my characters, I think. Yeah, he knocked out Almar's guides. So over here is a nest of beak things, and we're going to not get too close because they will annihilate us, especially since we're already pretty messed up. But one thing that's worth mentioning is you see all of these beak thing eggs lying around. There's probably about 12 of them, maybe a little bit more. Each of these is worth about 6,000 cats. So if you clear a beak thing nest and you loot all of the eggs are also pretty heavy, and also they take up a lot of inventory space. You would be able to carry, I think, like 2 eggs per person that isn't using a backpack. Anyway, if you pick up all of those eggs, you can sell them for quite a bit of cats. It's quite profitable, actually, if you take out beak thing nests. However, as you might already surmise, beak thing nests are quite difficult to take out. Fighting 15 beak things at a time is a feat that's going to probably result in you getting pretty badly injured by the time it's done. So I want to hit up this general supply store. It's important that when you're shopping at a hive general supply store or any hive stores whatsoever, you do not interact with them using one of your hive characters. That will make them not sell to you. They will not sell to hiveless. Hiveless are characters that are hive characters that don't belong to any hive. Cool. I actually got a high grade hive shirt. It's only a rusted one though, which is not preferable. Like, look, where's the standard hive rechain shirt? 8% blunt resist, 20% cut, and 60% cut efficiency. The rusted one is 10%, 25%, 60%. So it is very marginally better. The reason that it's only marginally better instead of a lot better is because it is a rusted one. And as you can see, it comes with a lot of negatives too. Loses stealth, crossbow, dodge, combat speed, and dexterity. So this character is an archer, so we're only going to use a standard hive shirt on him. I'm not going to buy the medium armor one. However, I am going to buy the medium armor one for Beep, because we're going to get him in Mongrel shortly. Oh, he's got 2 Lanterns of Radiance for sale too. Lanterns of Radiance, they're kind of just a lore item in this game. They're not actually required. However, I do like buying them because they're the only thing that goes in the belt slot, and they also sometimes light up at night when you're running around. Just selling some skeletal repair kits and authentic repair kits to make back the money that I spent. I bought a lot of those skeleton repair kits for 99% price markup, and they're 115% here. So I'm making money with each sale of those. I think that's about all we can do here. It's about all I need. I'm going to go check out what the hivers are fighting over here. If it's cannibals, I really can't loot any or do anything with it. Oh, it's Fogmen. Fogmen all the way down here? Jeez Louise. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Fogmen come all the way down here. Fogmen are what we're going to be fighting when we get to Fog Island. And Fogmen are actually quite weak. Oh, Fogmen are attacking Rain the Giant. Fogmen are actually very, very weak. However, they come in such large numbers, and they have quite annoying mechanics. they will focus on kidnapping your characters instead of fighting them, and they run pretty quickly. And that is probably the most annoying mechanic of them, because they'll zerg you, which, for those who aren't familiar with that term, which I would be surprised if anybody isn't these days, but it is kind of an antiquated term. Zerg means essentially to attack with sheer numbers versus anything else. Like, basically, it's a combat strategy that revolves around you attacking with large numbers instead of an actual strategy. I guess you can have an actual strategy too, but here's a group of nomads. One thing that's worth mentioning about these wandering groups of people, you can attack these trade caravans and loot whatever crap they have on them. These nomad traders should have some goodies on them. One of these pack beasts probably has a bunch of crap on it. By clicking on them, I don't think I can tell. No, it doesn't show me that any of them are overweight. But one thing that's worth mentioning, the Hive traders and the Traders Guild traders are better for attacking. Traders Guild is associated with the United Cities faction, so keep that in mind. What do you mean you're... Oh, it's Hungry Bandits. I thought they were Holy Nation Outlaws. Usually Holy Nation Outlaws don't outright attack you like that. Hungry Bandits will, though. And they just got rocked. Okay, so we're coming up on the Foglands now. A few scrawny cannibal camps here, as you can see. This is a scrawny cannibal camp. Oh, it's a goat herder's camp. Never mind. So it's a camp of nomads. There is one bed, and that's all I say. This is a scrawny cannibal camp. You can tell by the poles all over the place. It's their stripper poles, of course. What else would they be for? Joking aside, the poles there are actually to hold food. And that's kind of vague. Food being you. When the cannibals kidnap you, they'll hang you on the poles and they'll eventually eat you. So what I'm essentially doing now is taking advantage of these beds, and we're going to rest what characters we can that are injured. When you rest in a bed, you get 4 times more healing. Well, when you rest in a real bed, you get 8 times more healing. When you rest in one of these sleeping little camp beds, these like roll, what do you call them? Sleeping bags? I think they're called sleeping bags in this game. When you rest in one of these sleeping bags, you only get times 4 healing. You don't get times 8. Alright, now what we need to do is we need to sit here and basically wait until we're a little bit healed, and also wait until we're attacked, because the cannibals that own this camp are going to be coming back eventually. Usually what I like to do is click on my character who is the lowest in terms of health, and I keep an eye on him. When he's like satisfactory healed to an extent, then I know it's basically time. All my other characters are healed up and good to go, and it's time to dip. Those beak things really did a number on us, though. But that, again, was our intention of fighting them. We want to get knocked out in this game as much as possible when you're leveling up your toughness. Because, especially when you're fighting enemies that are harder than you, it will make toughness go up faster. And it's... Well, here comes one of the groups of cannibals, I think. I think this group over here is... yeah, oh, Hungry Bandits. No, it's not the cannibals. Okay, this group of cannibals has been almost wiped out anyway. When you mouse over these things on the map, you can see a little pop-up box like this, and you can see that the only amount of people The cannibals here are, well, rather 9 out of 30 are left alive. And that's it. 9 out of 30. That's all that's left. And that's, which is why we're not being really bothered. Probably like another minute when we're here. If you want to fast forward the video a minute in order to skip this this part right here, because essentially that's all we're doing is just sitting here and waiting for our characters to be ready. You can see though, if we look to the north, no, we can't see Mongrel just yet. It won't fade in. It won't pop in the wall. Oh, yes, we can. You can see the walls of Mongrel basically straight north of us. That is our destination. When we start moving through the Foglands, things are going to get a bit more challenging than they are right now. Dreg is kind of like a newbie zone. Foglands, I would say it's a zone where you should have like your stats in your 30s at least. Fogmen are actually pretty weak. They only have stats in the teens. However, the sheer amount of numbers that Fogmen come in is a bit of an issue. Also, what Fogmen do is also a bit of an issue, because Fogmen will focus on kidnapping your characters and running, and they run pretty fast. And since there's so many Fogmen throughout this entire zone, if they kidnap a character and run away with it and you have to pursue that character, you're going to run into more packs of Fogmen, more camps of Fogmen, and it's just going to be a bit of a mess. I think we're pretty good to go. Okay, we're moving into Fog Islands. I bet you that's that goat herder from that goat herder camp. I like how we're talking, Rain the Giant's like, oh, only the most desperate people come here, and there's just a goat herder walking through the zone right next to us. Like, yeah, just daily stroll through Fog Islands. Desperate for fresh air, apparently. Here comes a big group of Fogmen, as you can see. They also are carrying a Holy Nation outlaw escape servant. These guys are carrying another Holy Nation. They got quite a few escape servants with them, as you can see. And this is about how many Fogmen you should expect to fight at a time. And you can see the stats on them when I click on them are very, very, very low. And here they all come towards us. They are naked. They have very weak weapons, but the sheer number of Fogmen is the issue. Here comes even more. Here comes the ones that ran past us originally, and now they're fighting us. Green is down, so we have to keep an eye on Green because they'll kidnap Green. See this guy? He's not fighting us. See his action or his goal right here? Kidnapper. He's completely ignoring us, and he's running directly towards one of the bodies on the ground. He's either going to pick up Green or he picked up that Holy Nation outlaw that they were carrying originally. That's one of the things that makes the Fogmen so annoying. Here comes another patrol of Fogmen that we're still in the middle of, and we're not even finished with the other Fogmen. We killed them all. We started to heal ourselves. And then we basically got waylaid by another group. You can see there's a bunch more coming towards us right now. And this is the danger of Fog Islands. Is usually you get characters knocked out, you're in the middle of healing them, and then you get waylaid by another group of Fogmen. Hopefully Green doesn't lose his leg here. I don't want him to. That screaming over there you see is the Fogmen killing one of the Holy Nation outlaws, probably. I would go over there to show you what's going on over there. However, my characters already fought more Fogmen than I intended to at this time. Actually, I guess I can. Let's go save his life. More Fogmen walking over here, so we have to take out these first. I like seeing that Fogman get shot up into the air. So we kind of aggroed this camp of Fogmen down there by attacking the ones on the cliff. And now it's going to be basically an all-out war. You can see a ton just came running at us. I love this zone, though. It's one of my favorite zones to adventure in for basically exactly what you're seeing here. It just makes it more fun when enemies just basically endlessly attack you guys. Doesn't seem like anybody's too injured to move. So let's get down here. Okay, he's really, really hurting. Both of his legs are almost missing. So let's fight them that are attacking him. He's about to lose his other leg. There you go. He just lost both legs. We're not going to be able to save him in time. Now his right arm is being eaten. Nope, he did. One thing, if you save these prisoners, they will join you usually. Well, sometimes they will. Just scrolling out to see if any of my companions are stuck far away. I don't think there's any other... Oh, there are some... Are they dead, though? Recovery coma. Wounded. Okay, so we can still save some people here, which is good, because I wanted to show that to you. So let's say Arwick, you can pick up Eastham. So what I am going to do is we're going to give first aid to this escaped prisoner, which apparently the Fogmen had a different idea for us. So he's in a recovery coma. This one's wounded. So let's give first aid to this one up here. And then we're going to pick his lock and break him out. See, he says, now let's go. I'm following behind you. We're going to pick this guy's lock too. But he's in a recovery coma. So we can't really do much except for set him free. Now there's a chance this Holy Nation prisoner will join us once we get far enough away. Apparently Green got locked up. I just kind of send all my characters up there to pick lock. Which isn't necessary, but it does help raise the skills on everybody, which is the main reason I do it. So we need to start picking up people, because people are starting to get injured, and they're going to start dragging behind, which is not good in Fog Islands. Apparently somebody over here is being eaten alive too, so I would like to save him. Oh, he just lost one of his legs. Yeah, he's going to end up dying. Silvershade got knocked out. As you can see, his body got picked up. Oh, that escaped servant got killed. So this is the downside with trying to play hero when you come here. Is my characters are all getting pretty beat up, which is a bit of an issue because it's going to make it harder to get to Mongrel. and I don't really have much time to stop and heal because it's just constant waylays of attacks. And also you occasionally have fogmen that do annoying stuff like that, like they run away, and then they come back, and so all your characters chase them. Like that. So Cat lost an arm here already. And a lot of my characters are pretty darn wounded. I don't think continuing to Mongrel this time is the best idea. I should probably pull back, recover a bit, and then proceed. Did Green lose an appendant? No, he didn't. Good. Okay. Rain the Giant. You took a beating. Everybody took a beating. That is the danger of Fog Island. Despite the fact that the Fogmen are all pretty squishy. See this escape servant. They just started dialogue with us, which means we got far enough away. You can ask them, what happens now? Okay. They wanted to go their separate ways, which is fine. Occasionally they'll ask to join you. See this Fogman, how he's running now? Because we injured him enough, he decided that it would be better to just run. Not a bad strategy, but it does kind of waste our time. Okay, who can carry Rain the Giant? Because he's going a little bit slow. He's the weakest link, and I don't want to leave him behind because Rain the Giant's amazing. Alright, so let's go back to Dreg. And back to that bandit, or the scrawny cannibal camp, honestly. As we can see, they all made it back to their camp, which is fine because they're all super weak. So we can just kind of blow through them. I'll just turn on turbo speed and basically let the game do what it's got to do to wipe all the scrawny cannibals out. And just like that, all the scrawny cannibals are dead, so let's rest up. This time, basically, everybody's injured. So what I'm going to use Almar to pick the locks. What is his lock picking at 9? It'll raise his lock picking. Give me something to do too while This is the tedious part too of sleeping in a bandit camp when all of their bodies are surrounding you, because as the bandits keep waking up over and over, you're gonna have to clear them. Clear some of them anyway. Where's another sleeping bag? There's one. Okay, I'm going to turn on turbo speed now. Eastham, who are you holding? You're holding Silvershade. Another group of scrawny cannibals just came in. And as you can see, my characters aren't attacking them right away, and the first thing the scrawny cannibals did is pick characters up that were in a recovery coma or sleeping, and they put them on the poles. So now we have to break the characters off the poles, which is a bit tedious, but there's no harm of the characters being put on the poles. See, it's really, really, really annoying because as the cannibals get up, they will just keep putting characters on poles. I guess at least it gives us something to do as we wait for our characters to heal up from our vicious fight with all of the fogmen. You can see, though, we have almost triple the stats of all of the fogmen, and we still struggled that much entering into the zone. We probably killed over 100 of them. Okay, where are my other characters? Okay, there's Melee. Silver Shade. And Bard. Bard, you're useful for picking. I'll level up Picklock on you. Come on, Melee, set yourself free. Back to basically just resting. This is the reason that we wait until we reach mid-game before coming to Mongrel. I mean, we can technically take one of our characters with very, very high movement speed and run past all of these fogmen, like you've seen me do in previous parts of the Kenshi walkthrough. However, I wanted to do this legitimately and travel to Mongrel legitimately instead of doing the cheese method. Seems like we're pretty well rested on a lot of our characters. So we're going to travel back into the Fog Islands in a second. Just giving a few more seconds for my characters to rest up. Let's see if any of them are slow. Nope, we're all pretty much good. So let's head on back. This time we're going to kind of push through to Mongrel. Because I would rather rest up in... Green is apparently still limping. Ah, I see. One thing too is we cleared a lot of the fogmen in this area, which means they're already dead, which means there will be less patrols. As you can see, though, there's still a lot of fogmen that run around to attack us. Like if we mouse over this fog death yard, it's actually, I don't know why it says negative 36 out of 25. It will usually just say dead. We're coming up on another fog death yard up here. None of the fogmen are currently home, it looks like, though. There's also allegedly fog princes, which you can turn in Mongrel for a bounty, but I've never seen a fog prince, and I've spent a lot of time in this zone. The fog princes probably look exactly like all of the other fogmen do, except they're called fog princes, which is probably why I've never found one. Because I usually don't check individual units all the time. I'm trying to find one during this video, though, that way I can show you. Not having much luck, though. Of course, that big patrol of fogmen aggroed us, because why not? Alright, we're coming up on the entrance of Mongrel now. Mongrel's right up to our northwest. If we zoom out far enough, we should be able to... Yep, right there. I would like one more fog death yard, though. Because I really, really, really want to try saving somebody and showing you him join our party. Here's a fog death yard that is currently occupied. I don't see any prisoners, though. Let's actually fight this fog death yard because we're very close to Mongrel. Which, and I want to get wounded before going into Mongrel because we're going to have a lot of downtime in Mongrel. Another fog death yard. Are there any people here, though? Nope, doesn't look like it. This is the entrance of Mongrel, though. One of the entrances, anyway. And Mongrel is on its own faction, too. This is the town of Mongrel. There's no buildings in this town that you're able to buy, and there's Beep, too. You can see I'm walking around already, Beep. There's no buildings in this town that you can buy. It's just an amazing town. You can build a base very close to here, though, which I usually do. One of the best base locations in the entire game, in my opinion, is close to Mongrel. So Beep will approach us when we go through this zone, and Beep is going to be one of the first things we need from this zone. There's Beep. He'll come up to us. There you go. Beep. Beep, I've missed you, buddy. It's been so long. He'll follow us around this entire town until you talk to him. So let's talk to him. Beep. Hi, Beep. I love this. How do you know my name? If you say it's just a guess, he'll be like, oh my god, are you a genius? Sir, I would never steal your piss. And there you go. Now we have Beep as a part of our team. Beep is one of the best characters in Kenshi for no other reason than he has amazing dialogue. Very unique dialogue. So the shops are about to close. It's about it's getting like 2 hours until shops close. So let me show you this armor merchant right here first. This armor merchant has very often will stock high quality or masterwork and specialist gear. So let me find some masterwork if he's got it, any. Might only have specialist right now. I might be misremembering. He might not stock masterwork very often, but he might always stock specialist, which is what I'm saying. So this vendor is usually the first vendor that I hit up when playing the game. To upgrade all of my armor. Since he has a lot of really good armor and it's specialist quality, I usually come here, buy what I need, and then go from there. So like this character is still using the heart protector. I don't like that. Let's put him in this black plate jacket specialist. The reason I'm choosing this black plate jacket is because it's got good resistances, as you can see right below where it says medium armor class, and it also has very good coverage. Covers 100% of the left, right, and right arm, as well as the stomach and chest. So we're going to use this on Griffin. Technically, the samurai leg plates are best to use as far as a bottom slot piece thing. So armored hood, I think we're going to use this to replace the spiked helmet. And let's see. Is there any undergarments with specialist ranking? Doesn't look like it. See these leather vests? I don't recommend you use these leather vests, even if one is specialist quality, because first off, look at the coverage as far as the leather vest goes. You can see it only covers 85% of the chest and 100% of the stomach. So it's missing some coverage, which is not good for an undergarment. Because undergarments are important because if they, I think their coverage counts separately from chest armor. So having an undergarment that covers a lot of coverage is better. And you'll see this leather shirt, which is a high grade, has almost just as much as the leather vest, which is a specialist grade. And that is, I can't find any leather vest with a specialist grade. There we go. This leather shirt right here is specialist grade. You'll notice it has 17% blunt resist, 28% cut resist, and 50% cut resist efficiency. This leather vest, which is a specialist grade, has 17%, 28%. So it's actually the same. Okay. The only difference between these two, though, is the coverage. This has 100% chest coverage, 100% stomach coverage, and 30% of the left arm and the right arm. This undergarment does not offer you the same amount of coverage. So, leather shirt is superior in basically every way, except for, the resistances. But this is also why the leather shirt costs double. You'll notice the leather vest only costs $2,600, leather shirt costs $4,300. So let's see. Was there there was no specialist of that I wanted. So these samurai leg plates. Samurai leg plates are one of the best legs you can get in the game. I'm going to see if I have any characters right now that yeah, Rain the Giant, you're a tank. You should not be using light armor. You should be using samurai leg plates. So I want them on him. They're only high quality samurai leg plates, so I don't really, no reason to keep them around. Or samurai cloth pants, sorry. And let me see what else is specialist. Armored rags. I used to use this, but the coverage isn't very good, so I don't use armored rags anymore. And it doesn't look like there's anything else of value that I want to buy. Since it's 2,200, or since it's 2,200 hours, that merchant isn't going to restock the next day. This is another armor merchant right here. Well, technically adventuring merchant, but he does carry a lot of foot armor, as you can see here. He's also one of the few places in the game that you can buy wooden sandals. Wooden sandals are arguably the best shoes you can get in this entire game, because a lot of the leg armor, like samurai leg plates, actually already covers your feet. So there's really no reason for you to use boots on top of the samurai leg plates. Like, the only reason you would use boots is if you were using armor that didn't cover your feet. Like, where's my samurai leg? There we go. You can see samurai leg plates. They cover 100% of the right leg and 100% of the left leg. And you'll notice in the bottom here, as far as our limbs, there are no feet limbs. There's only legs. And you can't have more than 100% coverage. So it would be better to use something like this, the wooden sandals, which give us other benefits instead of the other thingies. And I'm actually going to buy these wooden sandals and replace my stolen ones, because I don't like carrying around stolen gear. So wooden sandals are more or less what I'm going to be using on everybody. The only thing I'll use the samurai leg boots on probably are my tanks, which I'm going to buy. Well, hold on. Kang, do you have specialist? Oh, okay, he has. Let's actually check these two side by side. So, blunt resist, cut resist, harpoon resist. I wonder why it doesn't have cut resist efficiency. But anyway, you'll notice that these, the samurai boots have much better resistances. Much, much better. However, they come with larger skill penalties. They come with a, seems like the skill penalty on stealth for the plated long boots is more. Samurai, they come with martial arts bonus, negative, combat speed penalty, athletics. They come with a bunch of penalties. And the penalties are kind of comparable, in my opinion, to the plated long boots. So we're going to use the samurai long boots on our tank, because we care more about protection on him than anything else. Let's take a look around this town. So here's an undergarment vendor to the south a little bit, right here. And you can see a bar to the right of the undergarment vendor. See this icon? It looks like a little shirt. That's how you can tell he's an undergarment vendor. So this undergarment vendor very, very occasionally stocks chainmail, which you see right here. It's a medium armor quality undergarment, and it is one of the best undergarments you can get, because it offers you full protection, 100% of left arm, right arm, stomach, and chest. It does, however, come with some penalties, which is okay if you're going to be using it on your tank. However, I don't usually buy chainmail unless it's specialist grade, which none of these chainmails are specialist grade, so I'm just going to leave them. And he doesn't have any other specialist grade undergarments that I also want to buy. Usually when I shop here, I only buy specialist because I know that's going to be like the last, it's one of the best pieces, and I don't have to worry about buying or constantly replacing my armor. The only thing I have to replace it with is a masterwork when I'm finally ready for masterwork. So this right here is the skeletal limb shop. You can tell by the little wrench and screwdriver icon outside the shop. And this guy sells some of... Hold on. This guy sells some of the best limbs you can ever get in the game. So, let me... What is Cat missing? So Cat is missing his left arm. Let me see what I can get as far as left arms go. Industrial lifter arm. So I could get him this arm right here, which gives him a plus 23% bonus to strength, but a bigger penalty to lockpicking, thievery, and swimming. I can give him this skeletal arm right, which gives him penalty to lockpicking, thievery, and swimming, but it gives a bonus to dexterity. Well, he needs a left arm anyway. And this is the economy arm. You can see that it has a penalty to basically everything. Ideally, what you want to do is you want to give them specialist arms. Steady arm left. So this is what I would probably want to put on Cat because I would prefer him to be an archer. You can see these limbs cost almost 10k a piece, which is quite a bit. Where is Holtberg? What are you missing? You're missing your right arm. So, and you're a fighter, so I'm going to give you this one, the industrial lifter arm. And we can sell your other limb. Didn't I just sell that limb? So let's sell it again, I guess. Yeah, I swear I duplicated that limb somehow. Because I see two at the vendor. Interesting. Alright, so Holtberg has pretty much his best in slot arm now. So Griffin, he needs a left arm. And Griffin is going to be a fighter as well. So we're actually going to give him this, the industrial lifter arm left. As you can see, it costs 10k, much like the other limb. And that replaces his garbage skeletal limb he had. So we can sell that. Who else has a limb that we need to replace? Just Cat, right? He has a left arm. Industrial lifter arm left. Where was that other, the dexterity one? And see these scout legs right and left? I'm going to buy them because I really, really like scout legs. Oh, this is the steady arm. I already bought it. The scout legs are really expensive, as you've seen. They were both masterwork too. Stealth legs I don't like too much, although they are pretty decent. Thief's arm, no. Industrial lifter arm. So it's about 12k per limb for a masterwork one and about 10k for a specialist one. Yeah, he needs a left arm. I'm just buying a few of these now because I will most likely need them for later. Alrighty, let's rearrange my... And let's equip Cat. So let's trade with the pack mule, and we need the left arm. Steady arm left. There we go. And he needs a bow, because that's what I want him to use. Bolts regulars, bolts regulars. Which one of these does more damage? I forget. Old world bow. Okay, that one does more damage. And that's a decent weapon that he had anyway, so. Okay, so regular bolts. That's right, weigh him down. And as you can see, his gear is pretty crappy too. He has like just basic crap that he came with. So we need to effectively replace his gear at this town too. That's our goal when we're here. So now that it's nighttime, let me show you a few other things in this town. You'll notice these two bars are here. And let's go into the bars and see who we find. Lots of mercenaries that we can hire here. Terligi. Who's this? Ah, offense. So there's a lot of people that you can talk to here. There's a lot of fences, as you can see. More so, though, there's like this Bodo guy. You would assume that he would be able to join you. But he basically just complains that he's stuck in Mongrel and that nobody gets in and out of Mongrel. And you cannot convince him to that you're actually capable of traveling in and out of Mongrel. So he'll never join you. But he wants to leave Mongrel. You would assume you would be able to get him to join you, but... So I don't see Crumble John here, which is one of the unique companions that you can get in Mongrel. He's an old-timer. Let me check the inn, which is here. There he is, Crumble John. You can recognize him because he's got a really fucked up back, as you can see. He's looking straight into the table. Oh, and Infinite Wing Wang. He's also a unique companion you can get. Both Crumble John and Infinite Wing Wang. And I like number 4. Well, I could get 10 Infinite Wing Wangs for that. 10,000 cats. 5,000. So you can actually get them for cheaper than that, I think. I think you can get them for free, but I'll give him 5,000 cats just because. Why not? And as you can see, he's got a little quirky model, but I won't change it. I'll leave him the way he is because Infinite Wing Wang is funny. And Crumble John. You basically have to keep bugging him, I think. Like that. Keep pestering him and then ask him to join your squad and he'll eventually join your squad. And there you go. Those are the 3 most unique companions. Well, the only 3 unique companions you can get inside of Mongrel. Now, the thing is, when you get these guys to join you, Beep, Infinite Wing Wang, and Crumble John, they're all going to have issues getting out of Mongrel. So you're going to have to baby them quite a bit. You can see Crumble John starts with halfway decent stats. 24 strength, 10 tough, 10 dexterity. Infinite Wing Wang starts with 20 strength, 20 dex, but 1 toughness. And they all have relatively, they have some fighting abilities. Beep starts with absolutely nothing. So Beep's going to need to be protected like your life depends on it because he's very important. Like I said in my written guide, no game in Kenshi is complete without Beep. And we need to get all of these characters' gear before leaving, preferably. You might be in Mongrel for a few days. You might have to deal with a few day-night cycles when you're here. Let me, let's see if we can get into any combat while we're waiting for daybreak. And this will also raise athletics a little bit, raise strength if anybody's encumbered, yada yada. There's a group of fogmen. They're always hard to find when you actually want to fight them. Now one fogman is running and the whole team follows him. That's it's one of the annoying things of dealing with fogmen, is you really, really, really have to micromanage your units. Which isn't something like I have too large of a squad right now. I have almost 20 characters in this squad. We're getting to the point of where I need to put down some roots and make a base, and then separate my squad and have some characters that always stay at the base, and have some characters that follow me outside of the base. So Beep got knocked out, and Beep's currently being carried. So Beep has 2 toughness right now, which is good. He got 1 toughness skill up. It's daybreak though, so let's pick Beep up and let's get back to town. We did our little bit of our little hoorah as far as fighting goes. Apparently the fighting's still not over because we're still being attacked. Alright, now let's head back inside. Shop should be opening in 3 minutes. All the shops are open now. Like I said, the armor merchant won't restock because we purchased goods too late in the day, but we can check anyway. So let's say. Nope, you can tell by the amount of money that she has that her inventory didn't reset. She's still got 57,000 cats. Let's check this supplies merchant. So we're going to buy some goodies from the supplies merchant. We're going to buy the iron plates as well as the other things we just bought. Leather. Let's buy these books too, because we honestly need the books for learning recipes. Do I not have that? Could have sworn I learned all of those. You can see though this this advanced outpost blueprints is probably pretty important because it teaches us some goodies that we need. Let's see what it says it teaches us. Advanced building shells? Yeah, advanced outpost blueprints. It doesn't tell us what it teaches us, and it's like grayed out on the actual icon, so that's not that useful. Or it's useful, but it's not that descriptive. So this building here, you can tell by the sword icon of the building, this is the weapon shop. So this weapon shop has some exceptionally good weapons for sale at it. Let me find, and it should have an edge type 1 for sale. One of these weapons down here I think should be an edge type 1. As you can see, a lot of them are MK2s, MK3s, which are good quality. It's also has this samurai armor, masterwork grade, which aside from here, the only place that you can probably get this samurai armor that's masterwork is from the armor master. So I actually want this for Kang because samurai armor is the best you can get. Foreign sabers are good weapons. I'm seeing what I can find, what I can get here though. The one thing I don't like about these foreign sabers is their white quality. I would prefer something that is a little higher level. I could have sworn there was an edge type 2 weapon that was sold by this merchant. What we can do, though, is we can replace some of these really, really crappy weapons. So I have, like, this horse chopper. Let's replace it with that foreign saber. Yarrick has a crappy horse chopper, too. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace this with the other foreign saber, I think. And our characters, this character, he has no secondary weapon, which I'm going to fix. Dr. Chung, technically, I would like to use a whatchamacallit on Dr. Chung. A ranged weapon. As you can see, we're already blowing through our cats pretty quickly. As far as outfitting our characters goes. So we're actually gonna we'll let this vendor repop and see what happens tomorrow with him. Let's hit up the archery vendor, which is a little bit right next to the bars, right here. This vendor usually always has some goodies. Let's see. Dr. Chung, we said we wanted a... technically, we already have some bows for sale. Or some bows on us. This is a masterwork one, though, which I think is better than what we got. Specialist, yeah. Let's do Dr. Chung. We can get the masterwork for him, which is going to cost 25k. Bit expensive. But worth it. And it uses regular bolts. So we'll just give all of the regular bolts on sale to him. Do I have anything I can sell here for a premium? Nope. Doesn't look like it. Hash can be sold here, but it's not sold for an exceptional amount. So I'll wait and sell it in Flats Lagoon or something like that. So we already spent about 100k since we arrived, which is usually average. Is there any vendor I did not show you here? I don't think so. I think I showed you every vendor that's here. Oh, I didn't do this general goods vendor, but not like it's really necessary. This town has a lot of vendors. This is also like the biggest town that I personally have ever been to in this game. Pretty good price on that leather. Pretty good price on the hash, too. We'll buy it because I want to sell it in Flats Lagoon with the rest of my hash. Also, I'll buy those iron plates. And I'll buy the first aid kits, too, I guess. That is really all. Alright, so let's... now that we've done a lot of the general shopping, what we honestly come to Mongrel for is we want to stock up on armor as best we can, better weapons as best we can, and good skeletal limbs as best we can. So this vendor actually reset, the skeletal limb vendor, which is good, because there's still goodies I want to buy from him. Let me actually, still not enough room to hold the stuff that I want, but a little bit more room. I guess I'll put them on Almar. I'm going to be very, very picky, and I'm only going to buy masterwork. Skeletal arm right, so I want that. Masterwork. Okay, so only 2 masterwork limbs were being sold today, but that's fine. This armor vendor is going to reset at about 20 hours, so 5 in-game hours, and he'll reset. Specialist grade, samurai armor specialist. I'll use that on him. We'll sell that. Infinite wing wang. We can sell the horse chopper. And yeah, I'll sell all 3 pieces of your gear. Specialist samurai leg plates. I'll wait until the vendor resets. That's the best option. And honestly, you're probably going to be spending a lot of time in Mongrel just like this. You're going to have to constantly wait for the vendor to reset every day, and you have a few options. You can go outside the town if you want and fight as you wait for the vendor to reset. Although I would recommend you leave your most injured people in town. That way they don't drag you down. I'm not actually going... Well, I might try to fight some fogmen. We'll see if they attack us. Right now I'm kind of just raising strength and athletics on my characters by sending them out there. Alright, so it should be 1 hour, and then the vendor's going to reset. One in-game hour, that is. 30 minutes in-game now. There we go. Vendor reset. So let's go back to shopping. Let's see what else we can get. Infinite wing wang, since you're completely naked, we'll outfit you first. Come on, nothing specialist? Armored rag skirt? Should have bought the samurai leg plates that were specialist the last time. Any specialist undergarments? Any specialist helms? Oh my. We didn't get anything good this time. I'm not buying anything. I don't feel like sitting in this town for hours trying to outfit my characters, even though I usually probably do end up doing that. Half pants reinforced. These are specialists, but they're garbage. Yep, no specialist under... Oh, wait, oh, that was the half pants again. No specialist undergarments. No specialist armor. Let me see. Does this adventure merchant... Did you restock with specialist boots? Okay, you haven't even reset your... Wait, plated long boots, specialist. Okay. I can deal with that. Even though I should probably do the wooden sandals on Wing Wang. Crumble John, Beep, you can't wear boots. Alright, so technically we just have to wait again. And wait again. So, the Armor King Merchant, I said I was going to show you during this video, but he's a little bit too far away from here. You'll find the Armor King in Wend, right here, this river, and he's kind of in the middle of the river. You do have to swim to him. It's a bit of a slog in order to get there. I will probably show you him in the next video. But we will have to see. I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing in the next video yet, unless I'm going to Obedience and then going to Floodlands and doing some exploring to show you. But I plan to do some mid-game exploring in probably Swamp. And also, the next video, I'm probably going to be setting up my base. and giving you a little bit of a base tutorial, because that is a very important step, next step to, you know, doing really anything in Kenshi. Building a base is going to give us a lot more opportunities for money making, which is important because we're going to need a lot of money especially if we want to stock up on masterwork armor from the Armor King, because each piece is going to be like 20k. Here's a big camp of Fogmen. We'll clear them out, and then we'll run back to Mongrel, and we'll end the video there. Oh, poor Beep. He's still pretty injured. I shouldn't have let him down. Silvershade, how did you get knocked out in one... Like it was one hit, 82, and completely decked him. It's pretty funny, though. Alrighty, let's head back to Mongrel because it's saved there. And then, like I said, we'll end the video there. We're fighting that group of Fogmen too. So, I think Infinite Wing Wang went down. Yeah, and he just got picked up. Infinite Wing Wang is still naked, which is a bit of an issue. Obviously. And there you go. We got some toughness skill ups. We got some whatever other skill ups. And now we're on our way back to Mongrel to basically camp the vendor. I just want basic armor on all of my characters, and then I will. I'm satisfied for mid-game, because before we start exploring the world, we really need to outfit people in some halfway decent armor, and that is essentially our main goal of coming here and vendor camping here. And of course, for any characters that lost limbs, it's important that we replace them with something good, too. There we go, back within the confines of Mongrel. And that's really all there is to it. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully it answered some of your questions. If I left anything out, forgot anything, got anything wrong, let me know in the comment section below. I always like corrections. That way everybody gets the correct information. And aside from that, if I think I already said it, but if this video helped you out, leave me a like because that helps me out. Aside from that, I will catch you guys around in the next part of my Kenshi walkthrough. Peace.